Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another video for the Walking Dead franchise. We're going to be going over some stuff here going into the spin-off era of the Walking Dead. And why I personally feel like this is one of the most biggest just wasted potential from these spin-offs so far. We're going to talk about it. And that is original characters. So, when I talk about original characters, I don't mean anybody like Rick, Daryl, Carol, Michonne, Negan, or Maggie. Those are the leading characters of the spin-off shows right now, which is The Walking Dead, Dead City, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. Those are all the leading characters that pre-exist, before these shows existed, right? They come from the original series. I am talking about the introduced characters in these shows. I'm talking about Isabel. I'm talking about Caudron. I'm talking about Okafor. I'm talking about Pearl Thorne. I am talking about Armstrong. I am talking about the Croat. These are original and introduced characters in these respective shows. And the reason why I'm making this video is actually a post by the original Walking Dead AMCs on Instagram. They were actually the source of me making this video, which is they made a post yesterday, which I found to be so just ridiculous the way that they worded this, which is apparently all of these people, and I'll kind of list them on the screen here, all of these people that you see dead on the Daryl Dixon show are only dead so that Daryl and Carol can survive. And as soon as I heard this, I was like, that is probably the dumbest reason and the dumbest thing I have ever seen. And I'll tell you why. Walking Dead has been around for a long time. Okay, we already care about Rick, we already care about Daryl, we already care about Carol, we already care about Negan, we already care about Maggie, we already care about Michonne. We already care about those characters, so that we watch their spin-offs. We obviously care. The big accomplishment in a spin-off era like this, with the Daryl show, Dead City, Ones Who Live, doesn't matter, is original characters that boost the reasoning for you watching these spin-offs. You know what I mean? They had something great going on with Isabel. Didn't go anywhere. They have something awesome going with Caudron. According to what I've heard, Caudron has nothing to do with Daryl Season 3, which would make sense because they're in Spain. Another waste of potential. You know what I mean? The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Okafor had this huge rivalry with Major General Beale. All this history. This is the man responsible for bombing Atlanta, for crying out loud, and bombing Los Angeles. And he was behind that. What do? They kill him off. Pearl Thorne had this big story or whatever when she worked in the Navy. And she was, doing all that stuff. She apparently slashed Okafor in the face when they first met. And there was this big thing happening, and they were really developing her character. Dead. Pearl Thorne, dead. You know what I mean? Now, Dead City, I can't judge quite yet because we've only seen one season and it is a continuing show, unlike The Ones Who Live and Daryl, that's had multiple seasons, right? But these characters, Isabel, Caudron, several others, Okafor and Pearl Thorne and a bunch of others. These characters are very interesting concepts. These are very interesting ideas, but they kill them and make them to be just screen furniture. And that is the problem with the modern day Walking Dead spin-offs. They are not allowing themselves to create awesome, original, new characters and actually keep them around and actually have them have an impact. That is my main problem with these spin-offs, is that they are not even letting the originality of the spin-offs thrive. They're not. As long as those respective characters like Daryl, Carol, Rick, etc., the existing characters that originate from the product before these survive, they don't care. They will kill just about anybody just so, and again, they said it, not me, Daryl and Carol can survive. But in order to do that, we gotta kill all the original characters. You don't have to kill all the original characters. You can kill some, yes. It's a zombie apocalypse series. I agree with that. I think certain ones, like Sylvie, for example, should die. Quinn, sure, he had an impact. He should die, absolutely. But there's other characters like Isabel or, Okafor, in my mind, that you could have used for a lot better stories and could have had an impact on these spinoffs. The one thing I don't want from these spinoffs is only the main characters to live. I want actual original characters from these shows to make it out of these spinoffs and maybe one day actually have an impact on this franchise that's not just the spin-off show. But unfortunately, they're killing all of them off, so it's become a little bit of an annoyance. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that I do really want these spin-offs to actually let some of these characters matter. You know what I mean? I don't want, and this is the big problem with Daryl right now especially. This show I think is the worst of them all when it comes to a problem like this, is genuinely in season 3 of Daryl Dixon, when that comes out later this year, I am not going to get invested in the original characters that they're going to introduce in Spain, because I'm not going to let myself get attached to these characters just for them to get killed anyway, because that's probably what they're going to do once they leave Spain, right? That's what they did with France. That's probably what they're going to do with this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want that. I want to get invested in new characters. I think the big important thing about doing a spinoff like this is, okay, good. You've already established Daryl and Carol. You've already established Rick and Michonne. You've already established Negan and Maggie. Let some of these new characters add a new flavor to it and actually have an impact with those new characters. They had good concepts for some of these characters, like Isabel. I think Isabel should have gone back to Alexandria. I'm just going to say it. I think she should have definitely gone back to Alexandria. I think Codron would have been a fantastic ally for Daryl to have. They start off hating each other, and then he continues. And even if you want to kill Codron off, let's say, near the end of the Daryl show, you know, saving Daryl's life or something, do that. You know what I mean? Let there be an impact. There is no impact when you kill Isabel off, just like that, and you let Codron just disappear. You know what I mean? And again, Okafor had this big rivalry with Major General Beale. Never saw it. Pearl Thorne, never saw her story, never saw what she went through. We just heard things, never saw them. I am a big believer that when you introduce a character, you tell their story. Unless they're supposed to be background material, tell their story. And that's the problem with these spinoffs, is they're introducing interesting characters, but they're not actually letting them have an impact like they should. As long as the existing characters, like the ones we know from the previous show, survive, nothing else matters. That is horrible writing, and I hope that they change that. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, guys, you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos of The Walking Dead. Should follow me at Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected, every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.